former Japanese restaurant recreated as Mexican edited their mural by adding the panda sombreros. Someone placed a small stick on each of the dog graves in this cemetery. / the chair that Abraham Lincoln was sitting in when he was killed. 3D yearbook. Names written and in Braille. Georgia Academy for the Blind. The weight machine at my gym shows a normal distribution of the most common weights used. Found a $1 within reason we trust stamped on it. I left the key in the shed door during a very windy night and the key ring wore a circle into the wood. My Australian grandpa's passport was still under the British jurisdiction. My deceased great-uncle's secret, undesirable discharge from the Vietnam War. Undesirable discharge from the Armed Forces of the United States of America. This is to certify that David was discharged from the United States Army on the 29th day of December 1971 as undesirable. This 7-Eleven has a street address of 711. My apartment for the night in Porto, Portugal has a preserved 12th century wall and staircase encased in the bedroom. The building looks semi-transparent due to reflection. Fossilized ammonite in airport wall tile. The badges on my 22-year-old truck are melting in the Texas sun. This woven advertisement for weaving classes. My Cupid recovery. Neighbor's lawn versus my mom's lawn. The 1956 hospital bill from when my mom was born. 6-day hospital stay. $107.55 total. Riptides looking like a city skyline. Littlefoot bought 34 years ago for my daughter and bought again last year from vintage shop for granddaughter. This crane is painted like a giraffe's neck. My 6 years old's dental x-ray. I found eggs hidden in the heater in my hotel room. My Uber had a discussion menu. I saw a great tree frog in the wild for the first time today. Woke up and thought my chair had opened a portal. Feral cat comes to my window daily because I give him food. My local council lets the grass grow to help the bees. Pardon the wheeze. We are feeding the bees. Mom sent me this photo of our family's mobile phone museum. At Walmart, I'm now being asked to kindly refrain from openly carrying a firearm. No soliciting. Kindly refrain from openly carrying a firearm. My protein bar is good for another 100 years. Our car wash thanks us every time we come through. Pocket Park in Philadelphia. This is a people park. No dogs allowed. Thank you. Size difference in this 2GB flash drive I've had for nearly a decade and this new 128GB flash drive. Business class plain food from the Netherlands. The salt and pepper shakers are a small pair of clogs. Docked boat used by Cuban refugees fleeing to Florida. Taken today. While renovating my grandma's house, I found the prosthetic leg of my great-grandfather in the attic. What the inside of a gas pump looks like. porch potted pineapple I grew. Young people versus old people phone use at a local business. Curmudgeons and Company. A metal ant gallery. Thanks for taking a peek through the window. We do not keep regular hours at this location. That said, maybe we're around the area. Give us a call if you would like to take a closer look. Calls only. Old curmudgeons don't text. Text only. Young curmudgeons don't answer. My library has a display of lost bookmarks. The inside of a brand new UPS truck. This keychain is 50 years calendar. The core of this colored pencil fell out. Someone was throwing away a mutt-cut style child wagon. My friend's explicit stained glass. Bullshit. My 7-year-old's ADHD and writing. Hawaiian airport has restroom sign with Hawaiian attires. Family restroom. A hammer. My work gave me a cake and a card for my work anniversary. This tennis ball shaped chewing gum. The longest undefended border in the world. On the left is Canada and right, the USA. Car with a tiny spoiler. My marinara sauce jar came with measurements on the sides, making it more likely to be reused. The cable railing at my hotel is an Ethernet cable. Today I found out my level has glow-in-the-dark borders. These thrift store pajamas match my very hungry caterpillar socks. My lithium replacement 12 volt car battery is so light that I can hold it with one dinger. Splashed water on the side and it kinda looks like a surprised anglerfish. This mildly suggestive chip. Earlier today I traced my son in chalk, then later backed up too far on the carport. Now it looks like a crime scene. This fat plant flipping off other plants. Lines I mowed at apartment complex. My backyard is full of 4-leaf clovers. This gas station in Denver, Colorado has the price of gasoline and the price of electricity. This egg gradient that I got from a farm. I have a certificate in underwater basket weaving from my university. 6 years worth of stray whiskers I have collected from my cat. My dentist has a chart comparing radiation exposure for concerned patients. A life-sized bronze statue of Stephen Hawking. These signs are posted along a popular walking/biking path in my town. There is no peep fairy. Please clean up after your dog. Dog waste is a treat to our health and transmits disease. This yoke was retired just in time as the wear shows. This is my toad. A PSA from a 1984 Marvel comic. Power Pack and the Amazing Spider-Man. With tips on ways to prevent censor base. My odometer hit 99,999 miles with 99 miles left to go in the tank. This couple dresses their manatee up for every holiday. This public restroom in Iceland. A fork that got flattened by a car. My son has incompatible hair syndrome, which makes his hair super soft, white and fly away, and looks like fiberglass. One of my yolks broke, and now I have an inverse egg. The vibrations in my work van have sorted the debris in my bike fumes be wait. This cement traffic pole in front of this smoke shop is painted like a realistic cigarette. Found an almost perfectly triangular small rock. My grandmother, 96, still writes her notes in shorthand that she had to learn and use during World War II. My girlfriend's new perfume looks like Windex. This gravel pavement is made to look like carpet. My antibiotics have little dogs on them. This bronze disc marking the exact location of New Mexico's southeastern corner. This slide has a spider under it. Made my first ID card into guitar picks. This girl practicing her signature in a textbook published in 1874. Caterpillars dangling from trees UK. Fun bathroom sign. Voted best bathroom in the neighborhood. Rated by our experts. Absolutely magnificent. And I'm a very discerning peeper. Fun for the entire family. We'll be back. The reading material was so good. I almost didn't want it to end. I've never felt so safe with my pants off. The shower, sink and toilet held up to very rough use. Great design. After months of trying, I got a wild squirrel to eat from my hand. Canadian Costco is limiting baby formula purchases 45 miles from US border. The last bottle of Pringles with the old logo at my local store. My pink pineapple has 3 baby pineapples growing at its base. You can see a reflection of my apartment's parking lot through a slit of light from my window. This massive bolt was holding up some steps in my engineering classroom. We found a note from my past self behind a urinal while renovating my middle school's bathroom. To the future. From Friday, February 13th, 2009. Hey people from the future. My name is, and I'm writing this on February 13th, 2009. I'm 12 years old and in 7th grade. See ya. Perfectly cut cheese. Woke up to the Back to the Future DeLorean outside my window this morning. My kitchen knives that have wrench handles. This random dollar in a public restroom. Local arts laser display. This photogenic mushroom that popped up in my shade garden. Going through my change when I found a 95-year-old coin. Looking up from the stump of a just removed pine tree. This creepy statue of Jim David and Garfield at a local nature walk. My great-great-great-grandfather had heterochromia that you can see in the only photograph he ever sat for. The surge drop of water the spider web collected. Our train hit a camper van. The noise description in the user manual for my new fridge. This cool looking tube tester I found in my grandfather's basement. A hummingbird made a nest on our string lights. This rotting fence post reveals the knots in the wood. These lamp posts holding hands. Parking ticket corners flush with tables perforation. They forgot the cheddar in my son's cheese. I tied a knot in a paper clip. Today I saw a black toilet. A Lego vending machine. Found a matchbox under my house that was probably left by the builders pre-1971. A baby hawk posing for me in my garage. My fitted sheets tell me which side is the long and short side. Wing shop has a hand wash station. My dad owns a tiny hatchet. A wild raspberry is growing in my front lawn. A rock in Disneyland that's supposed to be a bear, but many friends are convinced it's a frog. This tomato vine that looks like a headless person walking. This hotel room has an armhole, so you can turn on the water and not get wet. Saw the end of a rainbow today. Chip looks like it's giving me the dinger. Behind the red line is where children stand to avoid a shooter's line of sight. I saw a donkey at work today. A very polite way to ask bar patrons to not do drugs in their bathroom. Please don't do coke in our bathroom. Antique US flag with only 46 stars. My mom's drawing wall. I'm just now digging through the jungle of my backyard and found this pot buried beneath a lot of plants. New York City building looks like a yacht crashed into it. Flame has no shadow. I mean, it's kinda obvious since it's a light source, but still. My local McDonald's recently used a sticker from 1992. They made space for the tree in this fence. This chip I got with dinner. Instead of real flowers, I got a Lego bouquet for my birthday. My MIL gave my spouse a bottle of lotion from 1985. How my cat uses his litter tray. DHL delivery in Venice. A crystal clear snail shell. Stumbled on an old airplane. A dog made it into my school's yearbook. Newspapers found in my kitchen walls to insulate the house back in 1850s. My dinner tip looks like it broke off and was replaced by a lighter toned one. I grew a two-faced lupin. This small yet perfectly formed tangerine that grew in the middle of my other one. That slotted duck in wee whackers. Missing hole in our school bus roof. How my breakfast cooked this morning. Found a new friend on my house. Jelly Belly, the jelly bean company, makes sparkling water. Cobblestone urinal. This giant potato at the Canadian Potato Museum in PEI. A leaf set in the concrete on a sidewalk near my house. This 22-degree halo atmospheric event over the Puget Sound in Washington State, USA. This house that is being overtaken by vines. Look at this chunky boy that lives in my woodpile. My daughter named him Toby. Backlit shot of Zapp's Voodoo potato chip. This chandelier that looks like a boat with sails. An American grocery store in Spain. This branch that grew around a golf ball. Confident minty moth. This clever way to show when coffee was last brewed. This shopping cart for wheelchair users. Someone ran over a pineapple. My county's health department has a QR code on restaurant licenses that goes to the inspection reports for that location. Some coyote pups at work this morning. My son's garbage picking up stick after being dragged along the ground for a while. He's 5 and was tired. My aquarium snail ate algae in the shape of a starfish. My watermelon came with a heart. Feather of a rainbow lorikeet, Australia. Someone tried to throw away a dumpster. Hedge trimmed to look like a person laying on their stomach. This 1960 Kennedy for President tie clasp that my grandmother left me. I use a cable car to go to school every day. My sister's shower was installed in front of a window. This teeny tiny planter pot I made for my teeny tiny air plant. A release station for service dogs inside an airport. My cat's ability to go full circle. This nest of baby robins outside of my window. This table I saw by the beach has been engulfed by sand. My dog has a natural zigzag on his tail. This truck looks like it's carrying giant Marlboro cigarettes. George Washington's war camp setup. Centuries old wood construction in an alpine farm, except the handrails. My dog is a black hole. These people at Sonic rolled in on a lawnmower. Little forest inspired pendant that I've made using real preserved flowers.